Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Sharif. I'm an optimized desktop specialist, as you can see in the title. Welcome to this session where I'm excited to talk to you about the great value of Windows 8 and what we can offer for our customers and how you should plan for Windows 8 and try to get ready for it. Please feel free to ask me any questions that you have in mind. I'll also try to leave some time at the end for any questions / concerns, comments, etc. Okay, so with that said, let's start. So with Windows 8, Microsoft has completely reimagined the idea of Windows. It's basically the best for both worlds, and by both worlds, I mean for work and entertainment at the same time. So this will be Microsoft's first operating system that's designed to work just as well on tablets as it does on personal computers. So Windows 8. As you can see in this slide represents the work-life balance dilemma. Now everybody has sort of a thin line between the work and life. Sometimes you go at home, you find yourself still working. If you get an email that you have to respond to urgently, even if it's in the night, you find yourself responding, whether you get this mail on your smartphone, on your tablet, or even on your computer. The old days weren't like this. In the old days, you used to leave your work at 5, for example, then you would not react or respond to anything until the next day in the morning. But nowadays, there's sort of an integration between our life and work at the same time. So, like we said, the workplace has dramatically changed over the last few years, with users now having all the access to consumer devices, the smartphones, like we were saying. And all this leads to higher expectations of technology at work, because everyone now is sort of a technology fluent. He knows all about the technology and he needs it to be able to be productive in his work. There was a recent study that was done by the IDC, and this study shows that the average user around the world owns about 4.8 devices, and that's almost 5 devices. And even in the US alone, there are 6.6, so almost 7 devices owned by the affluent user. And overall, worldwide, there are about 700 million personal computing devices. And even that number is expected to be doubled by year 2014 to reach almost 1.5 billion personal computer devices. So this digital generation, like I said, the new people entering work, the young workforce, now everybody is technology fluent. And this raises the expectations to a whole new level. So this is a generation that has grown up completely adapted to different sorts of technologies. They're excelling in Facebook. Everybody knows how to use their computers, how to make online calls and that sort of stuff. So we want to make use of that benefit. And we want to make these tools available so that these people will be able to use these tools in their work and be able to use them in a productive way. So also we have the tech-savvy users, and by these people I mean the people who are mobile and operate in a fast-paced environment, where they have a dynamic environment and the sort of the line between the people's life and work is almost non-existent. So as this line of people's life and work gets blurred, people's personalities and individual work style have sort of an increasing impact on how they get the work done and which technology they prefer to use. So these users now have a say in what technology they want to use to get the job done. And it's, for us as Microsoft, we want to enable the IT people to make these people, regardless which technology they want to use, we make it available for them in order to have increase people's productivity, increase their passion about the work, increase their innovation, and even give this company or the user or whatever a competitive advantage. Because we at Microsoft, we believe that there's power in saying yes to users and the technology requests in a responsible way, of course. You can't sort of leave the line open all the way. You have to sort of have a limit, because the limit between productivity and wasting time is also a thin line. So we want to partner with the IT people to enable everyone to embrace these new trends, and also ensure that the work environment remains still secure and well managed at the same time. So there's a new term which is called consumerization of IT. And basically it's what we have been talking about. It's that people now are fluent in technology, so we have to adapt to the technology that these people are comfortable with to make them able to use and able to work well. A few years ago, it wasn't that case. It was that we as the IT, we produce a new technology and everybody would get adapted to that technology. But now it's the IT who have to adapt to the people preferences nowadays. So let's go to the next slide. So this is the Windows strategy for business. And basically, like I said, Windows 8 is the first Microsoft operating system to be used for devices as well as operating systems. And our strategy is to provide users the experience and devices that users love and demand, while delivering at the same time the enterprise solutions for your company. And this is where Microsoft and Windows come in, where you can deliver a unique value, as nobody else on the market today has the same deep experience for both consumer and enterprise technologies. Because like I said, Windows 8 is for both ways, for entertainment, and at the same time you can be productive with it and do your work. And that's why we need to understand what the customer wants and what the enterprise needs, and providing at the same time with the high secure and manageable technology that offers the best possible experience on Windows. So we've enhanced on Windows 7, we've took every positive feature in it, and we've enhanced more on it to come out with our Windows 8 to the next level. So Windows 8 release. So Windows 8 has been reimagined to focus on your personal life. So it's perfect for any range of hardware, from compact, touch-enabled tablets, lightweight laptops, even to PCs, and even large and powerful all-in-ones that have all the sort of high-definition screens and stuff. So it gives you access to people, to apps, and makes you spend less time in searching and more time in doing. We'll show all these features and all this, what I'm talking about, after the presentation. I'm going to show you how Windows 8 works and how the new look looks like, but that will be at the end of the presentation. So there's also a new Windows Store, and basically when you browse through these stores, you can download all the applications that you want. And these applications can be fun and games, and at the same time can be line of business applications that help you work more efficiently. You can have apps that work together at the same time, like I'll also show you in the demo. You can have two simultaneous apps working on the same screen. And you can share photos, maps, contacts, links, and whatever else that you want. So no matter what you want to do, you can get it done quickly through Windows 8. Whether you're completing a project, playing a game, reading a book, all this is acceptable on Windows 8, especially the tablets. On the tablets, you have the touch functionality. You can even have the mouse and keyboard experience, and I'll also show you all that in the demo. And you can have them seamlessly to do whichever thing that you want. You don't have to choose one over the other. In the same tablet, you can use either the touch or the mouse, the same mouse and keyboard experience. And you can also be cloud connected, where you can access your photos, documents, and settings on any Windows 8 PC. So you don't have to have everything on a flash drive or everything with you all the time. You can put it on the cloud, hosted by Microsoft, whether it's photos, whether it's applications, whether it's an important program that you have or something that you want to store. And from any internet access, you can be able to access whatever you need. Okay, so These are some of the functionalities that you get. You talked about the business tablet. You talked about the touch experience. Because we hear from business users today that they have to choose between convenience and productivity. But with Windows 8, you can have what you'd like to call the no compromise experience, or you can have both, like we just talked about. So users can have the convenience of the mobility of the tablet, and at the same time, you have the power and familiar experience of the full PC. So I, for myself, I have a tablet at home that I have a stand. I'll also show you this in the video demo at the end. And I have a stand for it and a keyboard and a mouse. So whenever I'm at home and I have something that I have to work on or I have to complete for the next day, I act as if it's a normal computer. I have it on its stand, I have the keyboard, I have the mouse, and I'm working normally, doing whatever task is required from me. And if I decide to go out of home or go anywhere, I can just easily take the tablet off the stand and use it in the touch experience. So there are also new possibilities in the mobile productivity. So Windows 8 will deliver other technologies that help you stay productive. In particular, it will help people stay productive as they stay increasingly mobile, because everyone is on the move now. Everyone is going through airports. The fact or the concept of being tied to the office is not as it used to be in the old days. So with Windows 8, you can provision Windows to Go. And basically what Windows to Go is that you can have your Windows version on a flash stick or a USB drive. And if you use this USB drive and you can put it on any PC, you can boot your Windows version from any laptop or any computer, whichever it was. So it's basically like you have Windows in your pocket, because you have the flash drive, you have Windows installed on it, and you're not dependent on the machine that you are using. Whichever machine you're using, you can boot from it your own personal Windows 8. And this case can be useful. For example, let's say a worker is working for a company, and his PC crashed, and he wants to do his work. So instead of shipping a new computer to this person, or having to solve the problem or troubleshoot all the problems, he can simply use his, or somebody can send him, or if he already has this Windows to Go on a flash drive or on a USB stick, he can simply use it to boot from any computer, and he will have his own personalized experience of Windows 8. There's also another feature which is called direct access. And basically, direct access was already there in Windows 7, but we had some enhancement for it. Basically, what direct access does is that, let's assume you're working for a company, or you're working at university, or whichever, and sometimes you need to access internal documents that are only secure and private for the university itself, or for the company, and you're not allowed to access it if you're outside the company building. Some people still use what's called the VPN connection. But with direct access, you don't need that anymore. With direct access, once you have internet connectivity, you're able to access the company's intranet, whether it's SharePoint, whether it's a secure document, whether it's the internal website of the document, the secured website. Once you have internet access, you are able to access all the company resources seamlessly. And with Windows 8, now that if you can open on the side the networks, you will see the direct access. And if any problem occurs, you can troubleshoot and collect sort of the logs for the problem that occurred and send them to the IT, and they can help you back. Because with direct access, the IT are in connection with you. So even if you travel for a month away and you don't see them for a month, you are still as if you are connected to the company's resources through the company firewall. You're still getting all the patches, all the updates, and that sort of stuff. Security. Of course, security is very important to corporate users, to the end users, and to everybody. So by using BitLocker, we have a secure and trusted boot for the computer. And basically, for those who don't know BitLocker, it's about encrypting your computer. So once you enter your computer, you are required to enter the BitLocker key. And this key is, well, after you set it up for the first time, you are the only one who knows this key. Nobody else can know it except you. And even if you forget this key for any reason, you have some sort of a recovery key, and it's a very long, it's about 24 digits key, and you have it stored somewhere else, let's say on a memory stick or somewhere else other than the computer. So in case you forget what this key was. And this is very useful because if you lost your computer or you forgot it somewhere, nobody will be able to access your computer. Nobody will be able to know what kind of data that you have here, because everybody has his confidential data. Everybody has his own secure data that nobody knows. And especially companies or let's say universities or whatever, if they have their own staff or the people using a computer, they don't want their information getting outside. So with BitLocker, you're able to have secure ducts. And BitLocker, there's also BitLocker to go, which is not only for computers, but it's for the external hard disks or a flash drive or whatever. You can also do BitLocker on them, so that if you lost your external hard drive, nobody can access it to know what's inside it. And there's also virtualization and management. So this is a new feature in Windows 8 where you have what's called the client Hyper-V. And Hyper-V is basically Microsoft's hypervisor, where you can create virtual machines. You can sort of have your own lab environment created, and it's mainly used by IT people. So it's Windows 8 is the first Windows operating system to include Hyper-V, and it provides the sort of enables people to do developing and testing the environment to corporate developers. And like I said, this one is for mainly for IT professionals. There's also PowerShell, which is sort of programming. You can do scripts that you want to automate some sort of applications, or you can even integrate between different stuff. And there's the group policies, where the IT are able to control this computer and add group policies to it. So that, like I said, if you travel, let's say you're away from work for a month, and you always need, there are always updates, there are always patches, there are group policies. Let's say some people have a certain group policy which are in this department, other people are in another department, so they have different group policies applied to each. These people are allowed to, let's assume, have access to a certain website. Let's say the HR, for example, the HR department, they are the only ones who are allowed to see the salaries of people or basic information about them, their vacations and that sort of stuff. So you can have a group policy where you say that only these people have permission to access this, but any other people who are not in this group cannot have permission to access. This is the business tablet that I was talking to you about, as you can see in this slide. And basically, this is how it looks like. And I'll show you mine, like I said, at the end of the presentation after I finish. I'll show you in the demo how the tablet looks like. I'll first show you the experience of the tablet, so you'll see how Windows 8 looks like on it. Then I'll try to connect a video where you can see how the tablet externally looks like and how it can be connected to the stand and the keyboard that I was talking to you about. So basically, this is what's new on Windows 8. Remember, in Windows 7, you used to have the start button at the bottom of the screen, and you press on start, then you go to whichever you want. So this is the new change experience in Windows 8. Instead of having the start button down, you have this view of the start button, which is basically a more personalized and experienced view. So it lets you personalize your start screen. It has that sort of live tiles that bubble up informations about the things that you care about most. So if you can see here, you can see the sort of the date, the temperature. Here you can see photos of this person, Internet Explorer, and whichever thing that you want. And I'll show you this in the demo, like I said, in a while. It allows you to pin what matters most to you. So the most thing that will be important to you, you'll be able to see it in the front. It always keeps updating. So if you have, let's say you have a picture in the pictures pane, if you photograph a new picture, the new one will be appearing. If you have a new email, that's the one that will be appearing. And it's easy and fun to navigate, whether you're using the mouse or using the touch experience. We'll see that in a while. There's also the new feature, which is apps. Now Windows has its own app store. Now you can download whichever application that you want. You can bring content from all over the web into one place to work together seamlessly. You can bring all your stuff together in a single location. You can share content between the apps, and you can find more apps in the Windows Store. You can also be cloud connected with new Windows 8 because it syncs your personal stuff between your devices. So for example, in the same device, you have an icon for email. So in this icon, you'll be able to add your personal email. You'll be able to add your work email. If you have another email that you use, you'll be able to add. And whichever emails that comes to you, you will sort of have the personal experience. So Windows 8 makes you, instead of having many devices at the same time, it can personalize the experience. It can make sort of your stuff all in one place. You can also get free cloud storage like we were talking about for your photos and files, and you can access it anywhere once you have internet. So you don't need the tablet itself, but if you have internet anywhere, Microsoft offers you what's known as SkyDrive. And for those of you who are not familiar with SkyDrive, it's an offering from Microsoft, and basically it's a file hosting service that allows users to upload and sync files to a cloud storage. And you can access it from any web browser or any local device. The service offers about 7 gigabytes of free storage for users, and it's saved at Microsoft at the cloud, so you don't need an external or a flash drive to save it or save it on the same computer. You can have it to be able to access it from anywhere. And definitely the thing that we're trying to reach by Windows 8 is that people become more productive. So you can have 2 apps, like I said before, side by side, and that I'll show you in the demo. You can still, if like we see here, you have the new look of Windows 8. You can still have the old desktop experience that you're using, and I will also show you how to do that. You can always use Microsoft Office, and we'll see how the speed of that, how fast is this. An important feature of the tablets is that they have USB ports. The other tablets don't have that, but Microsoft tablets have USB ports where you can transfer files from somewhere to your own. There's a port in the tablet itself, and on the stand that has another one. And another great advantage is that you can sign multiple accounts onto a single device. So let's say you're at home, you have your tablet, you want to make yourself as a user or the administrator of this tablet, and at the same time, your kids or your wife can still be able to access this tablet, and everyone in the family can have a personal experience on the same device. The hardware innovation in Windows 8 was extensive. I will only focus on a few primary areas, and these are the things that users will notice about Windows 8 PC. Whether you get one from the workplace or from a retail store or whichever. So the touch experience is definitely one of the enhanced things in Windows 8 because it wasn't available before, but like I said, Windows 8 is the first operating system for devices as well as personal computers. So to ensure a great experience with touch, extensive research was done, and the response time required to a touch and the sensitivity and precision and many aspects were considered to ensure that the user has a great experience. Definitely, there's a long battery life, and this is one of the key aims or targets that Windows 8 was looking for, because the new on-ARM technology that Windows 8 has introduced, this allows us to have sort of a thin tablet, and at the same time, The battery will stay longer up to the extent that a single charge can make you connected for the whole day. It will be thinner, lighter, and faster. As everybody sees today, the laptops are getting smaller, they are getting thinner, they're getting lighter. So with new Windows 8, we're able to have all these features. And you'll be able to have the same as well as thin and light tablets. And even it's not about being thin and fast, it's also it can run faster than the PC, and it will improve performance of the computer in general. The new form factors, we believe that users should have a choice. So PCs will come in a variety of form factors, whether it's tablets, convertibles, ultra portables, or even all-in-one. And there will be new designs to suit everyone. And at the same time, we cannot always forget security, like we talked about BitLockers before. We're also trying to take advantage of some hardware innovations such as Bluetooth and GPS, and while not forgetting the security and hardware technologies. So that's basically it. I didn't want to waste too much time on the presentations because I wanted to show you the demo of how the Windows looks like and how the personal experience looks like. So if you can press escape here and minimize. Can everyone see my desktop, right? Okay, so like we said, this is how the Windows looks like. So you can move, you can have, this is instead of the start screen. You don't have the normal start button as you used to have to. This is the replacement for it. So as you can see here, you have all this, you can move around from it, you can move to the right, either by the touch experience. So now I'm touching it and I'm moving it, or by the mouse. If you can see, if I press here, then I move backwards and I return to the extreme left. So like I told you, here you have your email. So here you can have your work email, your personal email, and whichever, even to the maximum number of emails that you have, and they will all be integrated in one place. So you will be able to be whichever mail or whichever thing that you get, you will be able to see it on your own. Here you can have the people. You can add all your Facebook accounts, your Twitter accounts, any social account that you have. They will be all connected to one place so that you don't have, if I want to look at Facebook, I have to go to the one place. If I want to go to Twitter, I have to go to another place or open the web browser. No, it will all be on the same experience. Same as the messaging. All the messaging that you have, whether it's MSN Manager, whether it's Link, all the messages will be together in one place. Like I told you, you will still have the desktop experience. So as you see now, this is the official view of Windows 8. If I press here on desktop, then you return to the normal Windows. The only difference is that you don't have the start button. Although if you go down to the back, you will go to the new start feature, which is this one, like you see. But you still have the desktop as this. As you can see, I'm saving all my files on the desktop, because apparently that's how people feel relieved about saving the stuff. You can see that I have an icon here for my Outlook account, and my link at the same one, and this is the presentation I was presenting. And you still have the experience and everything. You can go to your computer. You can insert, like we said, we have a portable hard disk, so you can insert whichever extra devices you have here. You can see the space of, you can see your documents, your received files, whichever. And you can return to your network. So you have all the experience. If we close this. And how we go here, if we go here, you'll find that if you press on settings, you'll find you can go to your control panel, you can go to your personalization, you can get your PC info, you can here change the volume, the screen, you have your keyboard, and at the same time, the power. So the keyboard here is for the touch experience. So if I don't have my keyboard, my Bluetooth keyboard, which I'm going to show you in a while through the video, I can press here. If I press here with my finger, the keyboard appears, and I have the full keyboard experience with all the letters, all the numbers, and everything. And I can write whichever one. So let's say I press on the Internet Explorer, and I search through Bing, and I want to search for Windows 8. So there you go. If I press on it like this, then it will come up for me. So as you see, the touch experience and the mouse experience, they are both the same. So if you return back to our screen, you can find here your calendar, and this is also automatically integrated. So once you have all your accounts added, your Facebook account, your email account, and whichever, if you have a meeting or something that is due today, so let's say it's a meeting, like this presentation that I have to present, so it pops up in this calendar. Let's say it's somebody's birthday, it also pops up for you. So it integrates all your accounts together and puts all the important dates. So if you open, you will see any important date that you have. You can see here the photos. And if you have many photos that you photographed recently, they will keep flickering between each other. You can have the Internet Explorer. You can see the weather here if you have. You have videos, you have the maps. So if you press, let's press on maps. So let's go to Jordan. And if you can give it its time. Maybe I'll close it. Turn it back on that. Yeah, there we go. So this is the US. If I scroll down here, this is Algeria, Libya, Egypt. So if I go to Jordan, and I start so this is the towns in Jordan. If I scroll more, you can even go up to the streets and the names of the streets. And so that's how the map works. And so let's say I'm in this application and I want to close it. So basically how you do this is that you go up here and you sort of catch this application, and if I throw it down like this, then it's closed. But let's say I want to open two applications at the same time. Let's say I want to open the desktop and the maps at the same time. So if I open the maps, so instead of pulling it downwards, I'm going to pull it to the right and I put it here. So I've put the maps, I can still see it on the side of my computer, and I want to open a new application here. So whichever with this application, whether it's the camera, the games, the desktop, or whatever, if I press here, so if you see, I can have my desktop, I can see, I can do whatever I want, and at the same time, I have the other application on the side. I can switch, so I make this is the one controllable, and at the same time, you can see all the other applications that are open. I can choose whichever one I want. So if I close this, and I return back to the start, this is the camera. And I can expand the application to so as you see, this is what's in front of me. You can put it, you can picture it, you can do whichever that you want. So you can take a picture of it. It's that simple. And like I said, that's how we close the applications. We turn them down. You have the store. This was the store that we were talking about. So as you can see in the stores, you have some free applications. Here it's suggesting for you the top 3 applications. So this is a weather application, a sports application, travel application. You also have the games, of course, the famous Fruit Ninja. You have the SkyDrive that I was talking to you about, and I would recommend that everybody who doesn't have SkyDrive, it's free storage basically. Microsoft is offering you free storage to be able to use without the hassle of where to store this application. You have all the applications. So let's say you want to go to specific applications. So this is the store. This is social applications. You can search only for social applications. You can search for entertainment. You can search for photo applications, music and videos, sports, books, whichever book that you can find free, you can easily install this book and read it as if you're reading a book, same experience, almost the same experience. Weather, health and fitness, food and dining. That's all the applications that you get. And as time goes on, people will be developing more and more applications, and definitely you will get out, whether it's entertainment application or line of business applications to help you in your productivity, you will be able to access them. So as you can see here, I have all the icons for my productivity, for my work. I'll be able to open Outlook. There's, if you want to have a look at the new Office, which is the 2013, and I want to show you how quick it is. So if I want to open an Excel sheet to work on. So I just press on it, and that's how quick it is. I can start doing my Excel sheet, whichever work I'm required to do. And it's a very easy experience. And whether I'm using the mouse right now, or I can even use the touch, if you can see I'm moving. With my finger, I'm just pressing at where I want. And like we said, I have the keyboard here. I can easily pop it out and make it go back again. And this is another way to move from an application. So you had an application open. If you have another application open, you'll be able to see it in the corner. Let me do that first. So I have the desktop open. And let's say I have the camera open. So if I want to return to the desktop, if I just go to the corner here, you will find the desktop over here. So I can press on it. I want to return back to the previous application that I was in. I just go to it and I press on it again. And if I want to return to the start, I can come from here, either from the side or, like we said, from the bottom corner. If you go with your mouse to the bottom corner, you will find the start and you can press it to return to the original screen. These are some of the apps that are installed, whether you're using a USB modem. You can still have games as much as you want. You can still have applications, and it's your own personalized view. You choose which applications that you want to pop out, which ones that you don't. And if you cannot find, you don't know where to find the application, or you're searching for something. So let's say you have the search button here. So you press on the search button, and let's say I want to find the calculator. So if I press cal, so there you have it. You have all the search results, calculator, camera, calendar, whichever thing that you want to search for, you just type it in here, and you'll find all the results piling up. Even I have the keyboard here. If I just press the letter that I want to search for without having to go to the search, it appears. So I was here, and I have my keyboard. I just pressed S, and it started the search by itself, and you can search for anything that has S in it. This is the SkyDrive I was talking to you about. Like I said, I would recommend everyone to start. It's a free account. You just sign in with your email, your Microsoft Hotmail email, whichever, and you start uploading whichever you want. It's free storage for you on the cloud. You have your music. You can download it. You can do whichever thing you want. And that's basically it. And like we said, we always have the desktop experience. You can return to it. You can do whichever you want. You can save your documents over here. You can be as productive as you'd like. And if you just give me 5 minutes, I'll disconnect from this tablet, and I'll connect from my laptop, because I'll try to show you how the tablet looks from outside, and the keyboard and the stand and that sort of stuff. So if you can take the floor, Amna, I'll just disconnect for 5 minutes and come back, try to show them the video.
Attendees, any questions? Any questions? Any questions attendees so far?
Hi, Amna. This is Amar Rafiat. I think there was a question about the development from.
Okay, this question to Sharif. I think Sharif, he must.
I can answer that. If you're referring to Visual Studio, I think you can start developing for Windows 8 apps with the Visual Studio 2012, and there's a free edition from that. So if you go just to the MSDN or look for Windows 8 development, you can find that.
Okay, I think Ammar must be ask a question for Sharif, not me.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm just answering while
okay.
Sharif gets online again.
Okay. Just wait, Sharif.
I shared the link here.
Okay.
So you need the Windows the Microsoft Visual Studio Express 2012. This is the free one, or the full 2012 Studio. No worries. Any other questions from the list, from the attendees?
Unfortunately, I'm having some troubles with the video. I can't open it, but if anybody has any question, maybe you can start while I try to solve this problem.
Hi, Sharif. I was just filling for you while you were away. This is Ammar Ratiyat.
Hi, how are you?
There was a question about the development. I see another question here. The tutors, yes, Osama, there is a lot of tutors there, and I would encourage everyone to look at the generationapp.com. This is an excellent experience that will take you in a 30 days a roadshow to develop your first app and to upload it to the Windows Store. And there is a lot of resources available for designers and user interface and user experience engineers on how to develop the best experience on Windows 8. Sharif, please feel free to add.
Yeah, no, you've just said it all. We're encouraging people to develop their own apps. We're pushing for this as
Exactly.
much as we can, and we're having events. Maybe we can sync up later, and you can tell the people over here the timing of these events. That we're trying to make boot camps and workshops for people to start developing apps and conferences and that sort of stuff. Any other questions?
So for, I think Amna, for you to check this with Amentas about the store. I think you can. I think you can. For 2012 Visual Studio Express.
Yeah, and somebody I think is asking about the maps, which technology Microsoft is using. It's using the Bing Maps. And there's another question. Somebody was asking if we can install Visual Studio 2012 on Windows 7, and
I think the answer is
yeah.
yes.
Yes,
It's big
yes.
possibility, yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, even the store, if it's not open yet, that doesn't mean that you can start developing. Okay, so I think you will need some time for the orientation, for the to get acquainted with the new Windows 8 user experience. So I would encourage you to start now.
I think many questions. Sharif Leila is asked you. Someone, Amina, you can. Okay. Oh my God.
I would like to add one final comment from my side here, as the from the very interesting demo Sharif showed us. If there's one thing you can take from this call, is Windows 8 will give you the best experience for both consuming your data and being productive at the same time. And I know how important it is for you, whether as students or faculty members, not only to consume data, but also and media, but being able at the same time to be productive, whether with your assignment, with your research, with your papers, or with your development. So from one device, from one experience, from one platform, okay, you'll be able to achieve this. Despite regardless of the form factor, whether it's a full desktop or a laptop or even a tablet.
Yeah, it's just like you said, that's the whole experience Microsoft is looking for, the whole personalized experience where you can be productive. After 1 hour, you can look for your entertainment, you can look for your own personal computer, you can even have somebody else at home use the same device. It's all in there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm unable to show the video due to connectivity issues, but if we can maybe arrange it in another time, it will only take 5 minutes. I'll just show you how the tablet looks like and that sort of stuff, but unfortunately, I'm unable to do it right now.
Sharif, is it uploaded somewhere, the video? Is it on YouTube?
Maybe, yeah, we can do that. I can try to upload it. People, yeah, can search. You can definitely search for the new. So what I have is a normal Samsung tablet. The new Microsoft Surface is the new evolution of tablets. It will be available by end of October, and it's the newest Microsoft technology. If people just type Microsoft Surface, they can see how the tablet looks like, how the experience, how you can have the keyboard as a magnetic cover over there. And everything will be in that video for sure.
Yeah, Here's the list, here's the link, and see the video.
Okay, now, any another questions? Or that's it? Okay, thanks all. I hope amazing, interesting session, and thank you for your attention and your time.
Thank you everybody for attending, and hope to meet you soon in another session.